Hello, my name's Christopher, and welcome back to the Partner Portal Training Series. In today's episode, we're going to be covering the hashtag submission. So let's start off by navigating to the page. The configurations on the hashtag submission page will allow you to collect images from social media to add to your live print mosaic. These photos are aggregated to our servers by matching the designated hashtags that you set up to photos found on public social media accounts. These photos will be additional to what you're taking on site during your event. The first section we're going to cover is the social media platform. This is where you'll indicate which social media platforms you want to aggregate hashtag photos from. You have the choice between Instagram or Twitter. However, you can opt in to use both platforms if you would like. If you have selected Instagram as one of your options, then we will need to collect your Facebook business account information in order to properly aggregate photos from Instagram. It is also important to note that hashtags will only be aggregated from accounts that are set to public. A hashtag used by a social media account that's been set to private will not be pulled for the mosaic. For our tutorial, we will be using Twitter and Instagram. If you have multiple Instagram accounts connected with your Facebook business account, then when you hit connect, you'll receive a drop-down menu asking for which specific Instagram account you would like to use as your social media platform. It's also important to mention that the user's post must be an original post. Retweets and shares will not count towards the mosaic. The next section we're going to cover is the hashtag section. In this section, you will decide on what hashtags you actually want to use for your live print event. It's important to note that when deciding on a hashtag, to pick something on the unique side, as to avoid picking up photos that are unrelated to your event. If you've chosen a more generalized hashtag, then the moderation tool can be used to weed through photos that do not relate to your event. So, for example, if you use the hashtag #GoLions, you can end up picking up an array of photos with this hashtag. So you're going to want to do a little bit of research beforehand to make sure that your hashtag isn't, a trending hashtag on Instagram or Twitter, or one that is common enough where people are just using it for photos they're putting up. For our example, we're going to do the hashtag tutorial problems and learning to mosaic. Now, I have a strong feeling these aren't very popular hashtags among the social media platforms, so I feel like a lot of the photos we're going to get aren't just going to be random things associated with this. Despite having two hashtag options, you can always opt in to only using one. Every additional hashtag you want to use is additional cost, and you can add or subtract additional hashtags as you see fit. Moving forward in our tutorial, we're just going to stick with the two that were given by default. Our next section is the hashtag pull duration. This section will focus exclusively on how long you would like to pull pictures for your hashtags for. You use this calendar button here to select the time period. It's important to note that Twitter will only let you aggregate photos 7 days prior to your event. So if we were doing an event on the 10th and you want a date to pull pictures from Twitter before your event started, it would only pull pictures back to the 3rd. The hashtag moderation is our last section and is used to determine how you'd like to moderate the photos that are being aggregated by your hashtag. You have three options here: manual, auto, and then the Google Vision automatic moderation, which is an additional cost. Manually moderating photos means you will have to individually go through the photos that are being aggregated by your hashtags to approve if they're appropriate or related to your event. So going back to our #GoLions example, if you choose to manually moderate those photos, while you're sitting there, you see a couple photos come up of actual lions, then you would not approve those for the mosaic, and then approve the photos that related to your event. The auto approve all photos option means that any photo aggregated by the hashtags will end up in your live print mosaic. The Google Vision automatic moderation is an automatic system that will do the work for you. It will monitor all the photos being pulled and will flag the inappropriate or unrelated images without you having to double check to moderate the photos yourself. If you're doing a hashtag moderation, this link will take you to the table where your photos are being distributed to. So if you click on this, we don't have anything set up because we haven't paid for this service in the portal yet. But once we've done that and we've set up the hashtags and the date for when we want to start aggregating photos starts, then this page will be able to be accessed. Here you can see what our moderation tool looks like. A couple things to point out right away. In the middle you have the image that's being pulled by the system, as well as the option to approve or reject that photo. On the right hand side you have some basic information about the photo, which you can filter through this gear icon here. On the left hand side we have a search bar. This is for you to search for specific photos or photos that have been, approved or rejected. So we're going to go ahead and we're just going to approve some of these and then reject some of these. So say every photo with the frisbee we'll just reject for whatever reason, and then we'll just approve 2 photos without the sticks, and then we'll leave the other 2 here. So if we go to the search bar, you can then check these to see which photos have been approved, which photos have been rejected, and then give you the option to reapprove them just in case you make any mistakes. And then you can check which ones have been reviewed, which are essentially anyone that has been either approved or rejected, and then unreviewed, obviously the ones that we left on the main page. And then lastly, you have the option to approve all the displayed photos or reject all the displayed photos. For our tutorial, we're just going to do a manual moderation of the photos. When you're done filling out this page, you can either save the page and make the purchases for it later, or go directly to the purchase page here. Hitting save will save your page and then bring you back to the main menu. So let's go ahead and save this. That will conclude this episode. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for future videos presented by Picture Mosaics.